And so, since our founding, the United States has been engaged in a constant struggle to realize the full promise and potential of our founding principles as outlined in the Constitution. The progress we have achieved and the freedoms we enjoy are in no small part the product of tireless work of abolitionists, advocates, ministers, civil rights leaders, and activists who fought tirelessly from generation to generation to demand freedom, equality, and the right to vote on behalf of African Americans and communities of color. So, while the framers were drafting the Constitution, our ancestors were simultaneously enduring unconscionable violence and inhumane treatment at the hand of slaveholders.
Say that.
And having their existence undermined with the adoption of that three-fifths compromise of the Constitution, which established that only 3 out of every 5 enslaved Africans would be counted as part of the population in order to determine representation and taxation by the federal government. It took our nation's bloodiest war, the Civil War, and the ratification of the 3 constitutional amendments in the late 19th century to overturn slavery and began to set our country on the right track.
Yes.
As the young people told me this morning, they were the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery in 1865, the 14th Amendment, which codified due process and equal protection under the law in 1868, and the 15th Amendment, which guaranteed no person shall be denied the right to vote on account of race or color in 1870. However,
Thank you.
our struggle did not end there. This was really only the beginning. Following the ratification of the 15th Amendment, the most effective and pervasive form of voter suppression, particularly in the South, became vigilante violence and intimidation.
Say that.
Blacks who tried to vote were threatened and beaten and killed. They had their homes burned down to the ground. Blacks who relied on whites for employment or land were often intimidated into not voting under the threat that they would be fired or evicted. So near the turn of the century, white Southerners began to once again disenfranchise African Americans through legal means and work to make it impossible for black voters to cast their votes. The resulting Jim Crow laws were wide-ranging and highly effective at suppressing the African American vote. Young people told you. Poll taxes, literacy tests, requirements to own property, grandfather clauses that only allowed those whose grandfathers could vote before 1867 to vote in future elections. Voting rolls purged and denial of the right to vote for African Americans who had served time in prison. Still, despite all efforts to stop it, all of us and them, African Americans throughout the South, continue to risk their lives and property in order to cast their ballots. They never gave up. Leaders and trailblazers such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Fannie Lou Hamer, Medgar Evers, and Congressman John Lewis fought, struggled, and sacrificed in order to end the demoralizing discrimination and unconstitutional disenfranchisement of African Americans. Though they were harassed, beaten, jailed, and lived under the constant threat of death, these courageous leaders remained steadfast in their faith and their mission to secure the right to vote. On Sunday, March the 7th, 1965, my colleagues, now Congressman John Lewis, and other activists assembled and led 600 people to march for voting rights from Selma, Alabama, across the Edmund Pettus Bridge to Montgomery, Alabama. That fateful day is now known as Bloody Sunday because the local police and Alabama state troopers who ordered them to turn around shot tear gas and viciously attacked the nonviolent protesters, including John Lewis, who suffered skull fractures during the attack. 2 days later, Dr. King led more than 2,000 marchers across the Edmund Pettus Bridge once again. 6 days later, on March 15th, President Lyndon B. Johnson went on national television to pledge his support to disarm the protesters and to call for the passage of a new voting rights bill that would become the Voting Rights Act of 1965. This landmark law banned the use of memory tests, provided federal oversight of voter registration in areas where less than 50% of the minority population had not registered to vote, and authorized the U.S. Attorney General to investigate the use of poll taxes in states and local elections. The Act and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which banned segregation in public places and employment discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, are the crowning achievements of the civil rights movement and our forefathers and our foremothers, and the way that they fought so hard for voting rights. Now, having said all of that, you would think that this kind of racism and suppression would be over with. You would think that the battle that had been fought had been won. You would think even if they didn't believe it, they would not do what you see some of them doing today in order to prevent our participation in voting in this country. And so, even after segregation and Jim Crow, the voting rights laws came to a formal end in the South with the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Modern politicians remain susceptible to the temptations of racist dog whistles as a way to gain the support of white voters and justifying restricting minority voting rights. Now, when you hear the President of the United States talk about taking back, what do you think he's talking about? He's talking about going back to the days when we were suppressed and unable to vote. When you talk about dog whistling, that's what he does in all of his speeches. When you see him talk about the NFL players, they're talking about those black players. Oh, they make so much money. They're living too good. And when he called them SOBs, it's about taking back this country. When he talks about black countries all over the world, and he demonizes them with curse words and terrible language, that somehow we're no good, we don't know how to do anything. That's what he's talking about, taking us back. And all of those folks who have been sitting out there maybe in some cities and towns, in rural areas maybe, thinking we've come too far, we've done too much, we've done too good. Look at them, buying houses, sending their children to college. Look at them. They're participating in voting and had the audacity to vote a black man as president. And we're going to stop all of that. And that's what he's all about. When I call him despicable and desirable, I'm not ashamed or afraid to do it. Despite even the racism of some of the others, this is the worst we've seen for many a year. And he's unashamed to say or do anything that he thinks will help to bring that constituency to the forefront. And you talk about intimidation and fear. They have something called the Oath Keepers, one of these right-wing supremacist groups. And they got on the internet and they said they were going to come to my office. They would come to my office right there on 103rd and Broadway. Now, I got on the internet and I said, don't do it. Don't do it. And when our people started to rise up, when they saw it on the internet, they told them, don't do it. And so on the day that they had decided that they were coming, all of a sudden, the community was around my office. Big numbers. And I said, I want y'all to go home. I don't want to see anything happen here today. They said, Ms. Waters, you can tell us all you want to go home. This is not just about you. This is about our whole community. We will not be intimidated by the Oath Keepers, the KKK, the white supremacists, or none of those groups who have expanded since this president has been president. Now, Martin Luther King, John Lewis, all of them voted and worked, and they did it under the banner of nonviolence. We're certainly a nonviolent people, but of course I'm not going to say that if you mess with me. Pastor, if they come for me, you better lay hands on me. Washington, D.C. to represent. You sent me to Washington, D.C. to talk about the needs of our community. You sent me to Washington, D.C. to let them know we've got to strengthen education for our children. You sent me to Washington, D.C. to tell the story about how we die every day from preventable diseases because of a lack of comprehensive health care. You sent me to Washington, D.C. to talk about discrimination in housing, all of the redlining and predatory lending that have been fostered on our community. You sent me to tell the truth. I know how to speak truth to power. And I'm going to speak truth to power. And I want to tell you, I come from St. Louis, Missouri. One of 13 children. My mama, Mrs. Beverly Moore, was a tough lady. We didn't have what we needed, but she always said you make do with what you got. And so, this president of the United States of America thinks he can intimidate me. I know how to make hot water cornbread. Hey, my grandmother didn't have any store-bought starch to put in our little dress. She did it with flour and water. Make it with what you got. St. Louis, rain, sleet, or snow. We went to school, never owned a pair of rain boots or galoshes, as we used to call them. Little socks got wet. Our loving black teachers took our shoes off and put the socks on the radiator to dry. Put them back on. Get in your seat. Learn how to read. Learn how to compute. Appreciate this education. And so, when I talk about health care, I'm talking about the fact not only that we're dying today from preventable diseases, but my grandmother, my great-grandmother, who had rheumatism, arthritis, we rubbed her down in liniment. Kids got on each side of her, rubbed her down in liniment. Never saw a dentist, pulled our teeth. Tie a string on the teeth and pull the door open. To ward off bad health, you wore a nasty little thing around your neck called asphyxia. And of course, if you were a little better off when you had a cold, you made a hot toddy with some whiskey in it. So you think I can be intimidated? Make do with what you got. Donald Trump, you may have gotten elected in maybe by mistake because of this electoral college thing. But that's not going to stop me from saying you don't deserve it. And when my colleague said, what are you doing? He's only been in for a short period of time before you started this impeachment talk. I said, yeah, but I watched him all through the campaign. And then I went back and I researched him. He and his father had discriminated against people.
Say that.
Trying to rent their apartments.
Say it.
Wouldn't let blacks in. Cheated young people who were trying to learn to become developers in that fake university of his. Cheated contractors, didn't pay them, talked about women in the most despicable way. I didn't have to wait to know and understand that he needed to be impeached. Yeah, I started because one of the things I've learned is I don't give anybody permission to tell me not to think. I don't give anybody permission to tell me when it's time to do. And so I want us never to be discouraged. I love what you're doing today. I wish every church in America, every black church in America would do what you're doing today. Remind us of our history. Bring our young people in who we're sending to college, who can tell you exactly what it has all been about in the history. And to remember from whence we come. And remember that we've got to learn to get up and vote. Now we got to talk about what's going on right here in LA County. Remember in the last election, something went wrong. Thousands of people's names were not on the roll. Maybe they didn't intend suppression. But I am not going to be satisfied that you had a technological glitch. If the machine ain't right, don't use it. Don't use it. And so now, coming up on March the 3rd, when we're going to have the primary election, they've got a whole new system. There will not be any more polling places as you're accustomed to going to. Some of you have been going to the same polling places for 20, 25 years. Now there are going to be polling centers. And they're going to be placed throughout the county. And you've got to know how to get to a voting center. Now the good thing is you can vote at any voting center. Any center. If you live here and you work way someplace else, you can vote in that voting center. Another thing we have 11 early voting days. You don't have to wait until election day. You can go to the voting center and you can vote early. Some people have not been able to vote. They had a doctor's appointment. They had something going on in school. They had to go off and see about the children. On and on and on. But now you got 11 days before election day. And if you can't find one of those days to vote, something's wrong with you. And I know you can. I know you can find one of those days to vote, and of course, election day. This is extremely important. Now, I think we have something that I think we brought with us that will show you where these voting centers are. And there will be some more information that will show you where these voting centers are. And then we're going to set up some special telephone numbers in addition to what the county will have. Hello, Senator, how are you? We're talking about the new voting process. And so it's new, but we can't throw our hands up and say, I'm not accustomed to that. No. You've got to vote like your very lives depend. You know what I just told you about public policy? And whether we're talking about education and more support for education to ensure that our children have the kind of education that will help them to be able to be competitive in this technological world. Or whether I'm talking about healthcare again. We all deserve a right to comprehensive health care. We have been dying from diabetes and heart problems and AIDS and on and all of it's preventable. We have a role in that in having to look out for ourselves, but we also have a right to the medicine and the care from the medical societies and the hospitals and the doctors that we deserve. And so, if this president is reelected, you can forget about all of that. First of all, he wants to undo everything that Obama has done. He hates there is something called Obamacare. And some of them hate it so much, they don't even refer to it as Obamacare. They said the ACA. And so, while some people are saying don't pay any attention to impeachment, let's talk about the other thing. Yeah, let's talk about good public policy. Let's talk about responsible public policy. And that's why you send us to Washington, D.C., to be in the forefront, to be the advocate for the kind of public policy that we so desperately need. But if this president is reelected,
God forbid,
he will undermine all of that. He chooses those to go into his cabinet who will do as they are told, who will think as he thinks. Now, I don't want you to think because there may be one person in his cabinet that looks like us, that he's going to do right. When Ben Carson comes before my committee, I treat him just like I treat the others. His skin color doesn't matter anything to me when he's in his office, undermining the most vulnerable people in this country, people who live in public housing. He's increasing the amount of money that they have to pay. Right now, we're protected and saying you cannot pay, and you must not pay more than 30% of your income. He's increasing that to over 50% of your income. He wants to get rid of public housing. They have programs that they're trying to put in the making. And let me tell you something. There was a public program in St. Louis, Missouri. And they piled us all on top of each other. It was a housing project. And they didn't provide the services. And of course, when you pile people on top of each other and you don't provide the services, then bad things are going to happen. There's nothing wrong with public housing. What's wrong with it is a lack of the services in public housing to provide a safety net for those who live there. And so I fight for public housing. I fight hard for public housing. I'm not ashamed or afraid to stand up for the least of these who would have no place else to live but for public housing. Ben Carson, come before my committee. I'm going to slap him around as much as I can. I am in my own way going to remind him, I don't care that you were supposed to be a brilliant surgeon. You are a bad overseer of HUD. You don't know a darn thing about HUD and the responsibilities of HUD, and you don't care. And so in my committee, whether it is Ben Carson or Mnuchin, who is the Treasury Secretary, or Odie, who is the OCC chair, when they come and try to talk over me, I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time. Shut them down. Remind them, I've got the gavel, and I know how to use it. And so, Miss Moore, that woman that I told you about, my mother, she's not with us today. But I remember the lessons learned from her. I remember to always respect everybody, of course, until they disrespect you. I remember that she said, examine yourself every day and see if you treated everybody you interacted with right. Were you fair? Were you responsible? And I try to live by that. And I work very hard at that. do an assessment every night to see what I've accomplished each day. And in doing that, it keeps me grounded and it keeps me focused. I walk through our community as often as I possibly can. I walk through Skid Row. I shop in my community. I go to the cleaners in my community. And when I see young people who people say they're afraid of, with the bands hanging down, and the caps backwards, and the shirts out, and holding up the pants, I say, come here, boy. Come here. Now people say I am not afraid of our children. And I said, baby, pull up the pants. And guess what they do? Yes, ma'am. Now they may go a block away and put it down again. But I want to tell you, the children know when you love them. They know when you care about them. I have worked in Nicholson Gardens Housing Project. I've worked in Jordan Downs. I've worked in all of these housing projects in Puerto Rico courts. Never had a moment of fear. Worked with children who had been abandoned during the crack cocaine days, living in crack houses. And I know what children want from us. They expect us to love them and to care for them and to protect them. And we've got to do that. I know that there are those who may seem incorrigible. And we've got to do what we can do, working with their family, and even with some police officers in our community, to see if we can protect them and get them on the right track. Get them signed up in the Maxine Waters Employment Preparation Center. And on and on and on. And so, even though, my voice is a little raspy, because, it's flu time. Now, I hate to tell you, I forgot to give a flu shot. But guess what? I'm going to tell you all today, don't do what I did and forget to get your flu shot. Get it. And I'm going to go to the doctor and say, even though something is coming down, can I still get my flu shot? Because when we fight for health care, we've got to utilize it. Washington, D.C. is a very competitive place. It is a place where people are looking out for their own narrow agendas. It is a place where people want to have the nicest office. And they want to go on a Codell, and that is a trip to some country, so that they can get away and say, oh, I've been to all of these. I want to come home to my district. There are times when you have to go someplace to deal with some special issues. But you don't need to be looking for the airplane every time you can get on one to get away from your district. And so we have to introduce legislation. I am the chair of the Financial Services Committee of Congress. Of course, the first woman and the first black in the history of this country. Work hard. Work hard. I'm responsible for all of the banks in America, all of Wall Street, the insurance companies, and other